So I have an important update regarding the Kilmar Abrego Garcia situation. Now, as you know, we've been following this very closely. I think we've covered like every single update that could have come out from Kilmar. So he was arrested and detained at his Monday immigration check-in as expected. And as far as we know for now, a judge put a block on his deportation until at least, I want to say, October. And this is a man who has actually, he's been charged of he is now being charged with human smuggling, which is trying to play out in the courts, but they're trying to deport him before that can play out because they know there's nothing there. There's literally nothing there to convict him. But at the time of his deportation, he wasn't charged with any crimes. He didn't have any criminal record or history, and he was just sent to a concentration camp in El Salvador, the one country you're not supposed to send him to, by the way. And he also had a valid legal status and work permit to, live and work in Maryland. He works in a construction job. He's a union member for said construction job. And the government's just been slandering him nonstop. Like Trump was showing Photoshop pictures of MS-13 on his knuckles, saying like, yeah, that's his MS-13 tattooed on his knuckles, which is like obviously bullshit. They call him a MS-13 gang member. He's a criminal. He's a human smuggler. Just all this shit they keep saying about him. And it really takes on to a lot of people who just take this administration at face value. And unfortunately, that's still like 95% of Republicans. So I see people talk about it and they're like, why is the left defending this criminal, defending this gangbanger and all this stuff? Like, it's like, whoa, this is so stupid. This is so dangerous. What are you talking about? None of this is true. There's no evidence for any of this. They're slandering him. They're lying. And it's so frustrating. But finally, Abrego Garcia is going to try to do something about it. And I really hope it goes through because that would be amazing and it's needed. And he should be freaking suing these people for slander because, that should be perfectly acceptable to them because this is an administration, Trump specifically, that thinks it's okay for you to sue anyone if you don't like what they're saying. Trump has done this endlessly. He sued Bill Maher over a joke. He sued 60 Minutes over Kamala's 60-minute interview because they edited it to make her look a little better. So what? What are we talking about? Like, it'd be one thing if he did a 60-minute interview and they edited it to make him look bad, then all right, man, I still think you're being silly, but like, okay, that's more reasonable. But you're suing over someone else's interview. This guy has sued so many news networks, I've lost count. He's threatened to sue so many news networks, I lost count. Like, anyways, this should be perfectly permissible and accepted within this administration. But they're probably going to cry and pull the victim card and all of that. So we'll see. Okay. Kilmar Abrego Garcia asks for gag order against Bondi and Noem. And this is from Politico, by the way. Before we get into this real quick, if you are new to the show, please hit that subscribe button. It helps out so much, more than I can put into words. I try to cover the news every single day. I'm not here to push you into one party or the other. I'm simply here to push you into real common sense policy beliefs like free healthcare, free higher public education, a livable minimum wage so that if you're working full time, you don't live in poverty, and of course, complete public infrastructure reform. Radical ideas here, but completely just standard operating procedure in all of our peer countries. So if you support that message, please hit that subscribe button. Even if you don't, if you want to hate watch, if you want to argue, if you want to call each other names, you are more than welcome. Maybe I can push you to at least one of these policies someday. Anyways, without further ado, Kilmar Abrego Garcia is asking a federal judge to order Attorney General Pam Bondi and Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem to stop publicly attacking him as his criminal trial on immigrant smuggling charges approaches. The request, submitted Thursday to U.S. District Judge Waverly Crenshaw in Nashville, is the third time defense attorneys have complained that public statements from government officials are threatening Abrego's right to a fair trial. It follows a torrent of invective in recent days from President Donald Trump, Noem, Bondi, and other close Trump allies who have leveled salacious allegations against Abrego that he fervently denies. Further intervention from the court is necessary to protect Mr. Abrego's right to a fair trial and the integrity of these proceedings, Abrego's attorney said. The government's ongoing barrage of prejudicial statements severely threaten and perhaps have already irrevocably impaired the ability to try this case at all in any venue. Abrego contends that the criminal case against him is a concoction aimed at punishing him for becoming a political headache for Trump and his advisors. Earlier this year, we already know that, illegally deported him. The latest motion takes aim at recent statements and disclosures, some in the wake of Abrego's release from criminal custody on Friday, and others after he was rearrested by immigration officials on Monday. While the motion notes and objects to several public statements by Trump, it does not explicitly call on the judge to rein in Trump's public comments. Abrego's lawyers also pointed to a DHS post on X Monday that showed a video of Abrego shortly after his arrest. I have to see it. I have to see it. What did they say? Corrupto. He doesn't belong here. He won't be staying here. America is a safer nation without this MS-13 gangbanger in it. Good riddance. Completely innocent man, by the way. Completely innocent. Okay? Completely innocent. There's no convictions. There will be no conviction if there is a trial. That's why they're trying to deport him before the trial. That's crazy. Oh my God. Sue this government for our entire treasury, dog. My God. Not only did they illegally deport you when you had illegal status, they deported you to the one country that you were not supposed to be deported to if you were to be deported. And not only did they send you to said country, they sent you to CCOT, a terrorism confinement center known for human rights abuses like torture, beatings. Hundreds of people have died there. Sleep deprivation, and even from a count in one of the lawsuits, Abrego was tortured there. And then you get back, and they throw these bullshit human smuggling charges on you, and then you have to stay in criminal custody because if you get released, ICE said they're going to immediately detain you and deport you to Uganda. Then they release you, and the condition of the release is you check in with ICE. He checks in with ICE and gets arrested, and you still have these assholes calling you a gangbanger and just saying all this stuff. That is crazy. I've been saying this a lot recently, but I feel like I need to be institutionalized. I feel like I'm the crazy one. Am I the crazy one here? What kind of fucking kooky ass crazy Looney Tune world are we living in right now? Oh my goodness. Okay. The defense motion also notes that DHS shared a White House social media post that evoked Obama campaign imagery while labeling Abrego as an MS-13 gang member. Abrego's lawyers have denied that he's a member of any gang. I have to look at it. Still not a Maryland dad. He's a father of 3, by the way, and is married. Just FYI. I've seen this, by the way, but wow, it just shocks me every time to just see how much of an incel troll account that the White House and all of our government social media handles have become. In response to the earlier defense motions, Crenshaw and Obama appointee, yeah, we got an Obama appointee, baby. Fuck yeah, a lunatic liberal judge who's going to rule very meanly against the Trump administration and just rule based on, I'm kidding. Okay. Anyways, reminded the attorneys and investigators of their obligations under local court rules that are aimed at preserving defendants' right to a fair trial. The judge also said officials working with prosecutors needed to ensure that any proper public communications include that the indictment only contains allegations. The new motion asked the judge to go further and demand that prosecutors explain what steps they've taken to limit public comments by the agencies involved in the case. Spokespeople for DHS and DOJ did not immediately respond to requests for comments. Yeah, what's going on here, man? We're so crazy. This man needs to, I will keep saying this until I can't anymore. Abrego Garcia should, he should be, for one, allowed to go through a fair trial for the bullshit charges they're trying to accuse him of. Notice how they're not even trying to, accuse him of gang-related crimes anymore, just, human smuggling of, undocumented workers. But anyways, once he wins his trial, after he gets due process, this man should be settled with dozens, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars and granted permanent legal status and barred from deportation permanently. Because I'm not going to repeat everything I just said of what he went through and the facts of the matter, but you know, if you need to rewind, go rewind and listen again and get that through your head. Unless he doesn't want to be here anymore, unless he's like, you know what, just deport me to Costa Rica, man. Give him a couple bags, send him to Costa Rica if he wants that. Like, but other than that, deportation's a non-starter unless you can actually prove that he's a gang member, which you can't. Or else you wouldn't have to Photoshop tattoos on his frickin' knuckles and shit. Jesus, man. Okay. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next one. If you made it to this point in the video, I just want to give a special thank you. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button down below. And if you really enjoyed it, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button while you're down there. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I will try to reply to any and all comments that I can. Until next time, watch that video on screen.